Picture this, an ancient camp somewhere in Africa, 50,000 years ago. The fire is low but still burning. The tribe is scattered around it, sleeping. But not everyone. One man is sitting upright at the edge of the camp, eyes open, completely alert, watching the darkness. And across the fire, a woman stirs. She sits up quietly, looks around, nods at the man keeping watch. Then she takes over. He lies down, she sits up. The watch continues. This is not insomnia. This is not a sleep disorder. This is the most natural thing a human being has ever done. And here is what nobody tells you. That ancient human sitting up in the middle of the night, completely awake, completely alert, for no visible reason, that is still happening in millions of human bodies every single night, right now, including yours. And once you understand why ancient humans stopped sleeping at night, you will finally understand something about yourself that nobody ever explained.
So here is something that changes everything. Ancient humans did not sleep the way modern society tells you to sleep, not even close. They did not sleep in one long, unbroken block. They did not sleep only at night. They did not lie down at sunset and wake at dawn. Researchers who study modern hunter-gatherer tribes, groups who still live the way our ancestors lived, found something that stopped them cold. These people sleep in fragments. Short sleep before midnight, a period of wakefulness in the middle of the night, then sleep again before dawn, plus short naps during the day. Historian Roger Ekirch spent decades researching this exact pattern, and he found more than 2,000 references in a dozen different languages, going back as far as ancient Greece, all describing the exact same thing. First sleep, a wakeful period, then second sleep. In medieval England, they called the middle of the night waking period the watch. In French, it was called dorveil, meaning wake sleep. Ancient Egyptians practiced it, ancient Greece described it, medieval Europe lived by it. And Roger Ekirch concluded something blunt. The practice of sleeping in one single block through the entire night did not become normal until just a few hundred years ago, which means the way humans are supposed to sleep has only existed for a tiny fraction of human history. But, okay, so why? Why did ancient humans wake up in the middle of the night instead of sleeping through it? The answer is not complicated. The night was trying to kill them. Think about what nighttime actually was 50,000 years ago. No walls, no locked doors, no shelter. Just open land, darkness, and predators. Leopards, lions, hyenas, all of them nocturnal hunters. All of them at their most active precisely when ancient humans were asleep. Sleeping in one solid 8-hour block in that environment meant you did not wake up. Researcher Jerome Siegel at UCLA studied the Hadza people of Tanzania, one of the last true hunter-gatherer societies on Earth. And what he found is extraordinary. Within a group of around 33 people, there were only about 18 minutes during an entire night where everyone in the group was asleep simultaneously. 18 minutes. The rest of the time, someone was always awake. Someone was always watching. The tribe had evolved to stagger their sleep, so the camp was never completely unguarded. Not through planning, not through rules, through biology, through instinct. Ancient humans were never all asleep at the same time, because the ones who slept through the night did not survive to pass that trait on. And here is where the story gets truly extraordinary. Something happened around 400,000 years ago that began to slowly change how ancient humans could sleep. Fire. Fire did not just provide heat. Fire did not just cook food. Fire pushed back the darkness. And when you push back the darkness, you push back the predators. Matthew Walker, one of the world's leading sleep researchers, describes fire as one of the most important catalysts that allowed humans to come down from the trees and sleep on the ground. Because a fire burning through the night meant predators stayed back. It meant the tribe did not need every single member awake and watching. It meant sleep could be deeper, more consolidated, more restorative. And something remarkable happened. As ancient humans began to sleep more safely, something inside their brains shifted. Human sleep contains a uniquely high proportion of REM sleep compared to every other primate. REM sleep, the deep dreaming sleep, the sleep where the brain processes emotions, builds memories, and makes creative connections. The sleep that makes us more human. Matthew Walker's research suggests that this shift toward intense REM sleep may be directly connected to the development of human intelligence, creativity, and complex social behavior. Ancient humans did not just evolve to sleep better, they evolved because they slept better.
So ancient humans slept in fragments. It was natural, biological, designed. Their bodies knew when to sleep, when to watch, when to rest again. And then, thousands of years later, one invention dismantled all of it. Not a weapon, not a disease, electricity. Before electric light, ancient and pre-industrial humans naturally fell asleep shortly after sunset. They slept 4 to 5 hours, woke in the middle of the night, talked quietly, tended the fire, then returned to sleep before dawn. And then came the Industrial Revolution. Factories needed workers at fixed hours. Work schedules became rigid. Electric light made darkness optional. The night stopped being the night. And the idea of sleeping in one solid 8-hour block became the enforced standard. Not because it matched human biology, because it matched factory schedules. Professor Sarah Mednick at the University of California puts it simply. Humans are the only mammals who routinely sleep only at night. Every other animal naps during the day and wakes during the night. Every other animal. The 8-hour sleep block that modern society treats as the gold standard of human health was invented by the Industrial Revolution. Not by evolution, not by the ancient human body, by factory owners who needed workers at a specific time every morning.
And here is the part that connects ancient humans directly to the world today. The ancient body never received the update. The biology that ancient humans developed over 50,000 years of fragmented, watchful sleep, the first sleep, the watch, the second sleep, is still inside every human alive. PMC research published in evolutionary biology journals notes that middle-of-the-night wakefulness may represent a relic of a long pattern of biphasic sleep, deeply embedded in human biology. Not a disorder, a remnant, an echo. The ancient body still wakes at the same hour the watch began, still searches the darkness, still listens for the sound that never comes anymore, because the predators are gone, but the biology is not. And there is something quietly devastating about this, because the ancient human who sat up in the middle of the night had a fire beside them, and a tribe around them, and a purpose for their wakefulness. Their middle-of-the-night alertness had meaning. It kept the people they loved alive. The ancient body woke up and found something worth protecting.
So here is where I land.
We built a world that is, by almost every measure, the safest world ancient humans could have ever imagined. No predators in the darkness, no rival tribes at the perimeter, no lions circling the camp. And yet the ancient body still wakes in the middle of the night, still searches, still listens, still keeps the watch. Because that is what 50,000 years of surviving the darkness looks like inside a human body. The ancient human who kept watch at the edge of the fire was not broken. They were essential. They were the reason their tribe woke up the next morning. And that same biology, that same ancient watchfulness is still running inside every human alive today. Not as a malfunction, as a memory. A 50,000-year-old memory of a fire that is no longer burning. And a darkness that is no longer dangerous. But a body that has not been told either of those things yet. The ancient humans who kept watch at 3 a.m. were not suffering. They were protecting the people sleeping beside them. And somewhere in that quiet middle-of-the-night alertness, in ancient camps and ancient darkness, is where the human story stayed alive long enough to reach you. Share this with one person who needs to understand what their ancient body is doing. And if you want to keep discovering the hidden science behind the humans we came from, you know where to find us.